My name is Segler. We're here at the World Cup of Indoor Skydiving in Macau, GoAirborne. And please state your name and tell which country you're coming from.
Okay. Hi, I'm Kyra Poh and I represent Singapore.
Great. Kyra, you don't participate this time?
No, unfortunately not. I won last year's World Championships and the previous year's World Cup, but this year I have a broken ankle, so unfortunately I'm cheering on the team.
So what happened to your ankle?
I was training and I was doing a front layout and I accidentally hit the wall, but you know, it's part of the sports. Like sometimes athletes get injured and that's part of the journey.
Okay, do you show us David Beckham's signature?
It's true, I did get David Beckham to sign my cast, but unfortunately now it's healing better, so I'm in a boot.
Okay, thanks. There are a few questions about generally the competitions because you participated before. How did you start at indoor skydiving?
Okay, I started indoor skydiving a long time ago, over 13 years ago. When I was 8 years old, my mom was helping iFly Singapore do the advertisements, and me and my partner Ishan, we tried it out and we loved it. And then there was the World Championships in Singapore in 2012, and that's how we started. And then we started going to bid for it. I don't know if you remember the competitions there.
I know,
we were doing dynamic, and then once the World Cup started, we participated in Poland. So that was the second World Cup we were at, and yeah, it just went on from there.
Great. What motivates you to participate in this type of championships?
I mean, it's the love of flying. I feel like in every single competition we get to see all of our friends from all around the world, and we get to see the sport being pushed to greater heights. So it's something that I really enjoy, and I love creating a routine that pushes the sport in a way that like kind of grows it. So it makes me really passionate to keep training and to keep making something that I'm proud of every single year. Yeah.
Good. How do you prepare physically and mentally for the competitions like this?
I think I'm almost the same as every other athlete. We train as much as possible. If you ask any of the Singaporean team, we're training about 6 times a week, and all of us are still students, so we have to go to school as well. So we'll be training, for example, from 7 p.m. all the way to 10 o'clock, and we're really putting our 100% effort. Other than flying, we're also doing a lot of physical activities outside, like stretching, core training, and everything like that. And also, because we participate in dynamic, we have a little routine within the Singapore community that if you bust in dynamic, we have to do like 50 push-ups. Okay. So every single time during training, if we have a bust, we have to do 50 push-ups, 50 squats. So that's how we get stronger together as a team and also get faster.
So you're all fit?
Yes, I would like to believe it.
Okay. What specific skills or techniques have you been working on?
I mean, throughout the whole years, definitely flexibility is a strong point in freestyle, as well as power and intensity. And I think also in competing in such a international and worldwide level, mental is also really strong. So we have to make sure that we're always really focused, really determined, and that our mental game is really strong in such stressful times.
Okay. Do you have any pre-competition rituals or routines?
Yes, so before every single round, especially if it's freestyle, I have to retie my shoelaces because I feel like when it's super tight, I have the energies flowing all the way through my toes and I can really perform as best as I can. And when I'm competing with my teammate Ishan, we have a whole ritual where we will hold each other's hands, tell each other that we believe in each other, and give ourselves a big hug. So yeah, it helps us.
Wow. What's the most challenging aspect of indoor skydiving at a competitive level?
I think it's staying focused and making sure that you can perform under pressure. I mean, definitely when you're representing your country, there's a lot of expectations and a lot of stress, and also we've been working so hard for so long. So in order to perform under the stressful conditions of the competition, I think it's the most important skill.
Can you perform under pressure?
Yes, I think I can perform pretty well under pressure. Exactly.
How do you handle the pressure during the flights?
I mean, because I've been competing for really long, I think I've got a lot of experience. Not only are we competing in the World Cup, but we also push ourselves to compete in other national competitions or in the Wing Games, for example. So I think a lot of experience helps. But also I think it never really gets old. Every single time when I go in for a run, I am always still really nervous, but I just try and do my best.
Okay. Can you describe a memorable moment from previous competitions you participated in?
I think the most memorable competition, which was the World Cup in 2018, when I won the Dynamic two-way open with my partner Ishan, because I remember we were having a tiebreaker and we won by only a fraction of a second against the French team. I mean, we love the French team, but it was also, I think, the best moment in my life, and everyone was cheering, the crowds were going wild, and we just had like all of our pressure released, and we had worked so so hard for so long, so it was really a memorable moment for me. Yeah.
What do you felt when you won World Cup?
Every emotion possible. I mean, all of the competitors work so hard for the World Cup and the World Championships. So in order to win and bring back the gold for our country was definitely super proud. And now in Singapore, actually, we've been given a lot more support from the government. So I'm under a SPEC scholarship that helps support all of my training. So it really helps us train harder, and we're really hoping to, you know, win more goals for Singapore as well.
Okay. What do you love most about indoor skydiving?
What I love most, I think the creative aspect, because in the sport, especially with freestyle and dynamic, we're always pushing boundaries, and there's not really a maximum of where you can learn to, and we're always experimenting and kind of like creating new moves in the tunnel. So that's what I really love, and I love coming to the competitions and seeing what every single competitor have been experimenting with, because I just think it grows the sport in so many different levels.
Okay, can you describe to people who probably will watch it for the first time, what is your discipline specific? What is it all about?
Okay, so we have, I compete in mainly two different categories. I compete in freestyle and in dynamic. For freestyle, it's kind of like imagine ice skating, break dancing, and ballet dancing all together in one, but you're floating in different dimensions. So you can go upside down, you can do it from the side, you can do twists like all the way completely upside down. So I think it really lets you have creativity, and also it's more about flexibility, how powerful you are, and how you use the tunnel in the most creative ways. We also have two different rounds, which is the compulsory rounds, where we have 6 different moves that are exactly the same. So this would then be benchmarked, and every single competitor has to fly them, and the best one wins. As well as in dynamic, it's as fast as possible. So we have different types of patterns and set routines that we have to do, and the day before the competition, they would draw the round and the dive pool, and basically you have to go as fast as possible. People are flying in winds over 300 kilometers per hour, and we have to try our best not to have any penalties.
What percentage of the wind speed do you use here when you fly?
I think I fly in as much percentage and as little percentage as I can. I really like the different range, but I think this tunnel is amazing because it goes super fast, and I don't think I have flown in any other smoother or faster tunnel. So I think it can go up to like 270 kilometers per hour, which is insane. It's like as fast as an F1 car. So it's really nice to be able to see a tunnel that has such diverse range, and it really allows the athletes to perform how they want to.
Okay. Where do you see yourself in the sport in 5 years from now?
Okay, still competing in 5 years. I really want to compete with my sister Vera, because it was always my late grandfather's wish for us to compete in a two-way together, and I was always competing with Ishan. So now that she's in the same age group, and she's this year in the open category with Kai, I hope to compete with her next year, and I would like to compete in outdoor skydiving as well in freestyle.
Okay, what's an advice for aspiring indoor skydivers?
Aspiring indoor skydivers, to give them an advice, I think it's an amazing sport. So if you love it, to put 110% of your commitment inside. It's going to be hard sometimes, but the sport is really worth it, and everyone inside is amazing. So keep working hard.
Okay, great. I will ask a few questions about the tunnel itself.
Okay.
How would you describe it right now, the tunnel, the competition is taking place?
This tunnel, GoAirborne Macau, is by far one of the nicest tunnels I've flown in. It's so futuristic and modern, and it's so tall. I've never seen glass like that high before. So I think for me to have this as a competition tunnel and to see the teams really use the full range, it's amazing to see. It's really pushing the sport.
Okay, how do you consider the safety net there?
Well, obviously indoor skydiving is a simulation of outdoor skydiving, so it's definitely super safe. I know all of the instructors here, and the chief instructor, Tom Evans, is like my really good friend, so I know that whoever's flying here is always in safe hands, and it's a safe sport.
Okay, if there is anything what could be improved probably still in this tunnel, what it could be by your opinion?
I really frankly love the tunnel. I don't see anything that's wrong with it. I really hope that the door up top will be open so that we can jump off and do some fun stuff after the competition. But
okay,
yeah.
Okay, and quite good thing I think about indoor skydiving is that in freestyle discipline there are no gender differentiation. Yes. So yes. Whoever is the best, that wins. What do you consider is your toughest competitors in freestyle?
Wow. Wow, okay, let me think about that. I mean, yes, definitely in freestyle and in both dynamic as well, there is both a mix between females and males, so it brings across a lot of different types of styles. We have more of the feminine style and more of the masculine style, but I feel like in the recent years it's kind of been overlapped a little bit. Like when I fly, I try to create like a lot of flexible tricks, but also use a lot of power. And I feel like the guys as well, they have to learn how to do the splits if they want to do freestyle.
Okay.
I think my toughest competitor would be, I mean, in the recent years it was Maya Kuchinska, it was Toms, it was Inka or Rafa. But I think in these few years, it's really the younger kids that are growing up. You know, Kai Mineji Mali, he's from Singapore and he's really been pushing the game, as well as Isabel. So I think I'm really proud of them, and I think the younger kids are the one that's coming up that everyone has to watch out for.
Kyra, thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, and I wish you a fast recovery.
Thank you so much.
You know, that's the most important.
I'll see you next year. I'll be competing
of course.
next year.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Viewers, see you soon in the next interview.